If you're wondering about the January 6th committee and whether or not it will be successful in its objectives, namely, to as much as possible take down a significant number of traitorous miscreants currently occupying Republican positions in Congress, and most notably and most critically the biggest crook of them all, the orange gangster himself, well then, astrologically speaking, the chart of Liz Cheney may tell you a lot more than quite a bit, because her role in this committee is very important, and she has staked her career and reputation on a gamble that pushing back hard against the corrupt forces in her party and the likewise hopelessly corrupt ex-president will somehow turn out well for the country and perhaps even for her. In other words, as I intuit the current astrological panorama, if her chart is doing well, then the committee's chances of success likewise improve. Her chart cycles in 2021 are predictably difficult because as she took her stance early this year, shortly after she finally realized that Trump is as obnoxious and corrupt as Adam Schiff was telling her back when they were trying to impeach him the first time, because back then Liz stuck to the party line and did not vote to convict. But by early this year, when she finally saw with clear eyes that in Trump what we have is a committed gangster and a traitor to this country, she did a sharp 180 and massively U-turned against the Mar-a-Lago empire. All of this with Saturn transiting opposite her two Leo planets, one of them being the Sun, which tends to be, for almost anyone, the literal definition of hard times. Democrats liked her position, but her own party turned viciously against her, and in her own state, she was vilified and declared a traitor. Now, as the committee investigations are starting to bear fruit, you can see her front and center making statements that sound like she and her committee colleagues are well on their way to clearly revealing the malfeasant role of many current Republicans with a view to taking them down, and of course, most importantly, toward revealing and proving Trump's malevolent role in starting and supporting the insurrection itself, the objective being to take away his political power completely and prevent him from running for office ever again. But as timing would have it, the success of this committee hinges upon what they will be able to accomplish over the next several months, ahead of next year's midterm elections in November. And I'm struck by how much Liz Cheney's fortunes changed from 2021 to 2022, because first of all, Saturn moves on from those difficult early degrees in Aquarius, even while Jupiter enters Pisces. And during February and March, it will trine her Cancer planets, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, which is excellent. And this trine relationship is also operational between the beginning of the year and mid-May, which is also great. But then, by mid-May, Jupiter enters Aries, and soon trines her early Leo planets, Mercury and Sun, and moves toward a July station, which will further emphasize excellent summer energy. This tells me Liz is going to be doing very, very well in 2022, which I consider highly auspicious for the success of the committee's objectives. Moreover, I will even go further and say that despite the wish of many Trumpers, including, of course, the head of the beast, the crooked orange clown himself, that she be banished forever from the Republican Party by way of a primary in Wyoming, I'm going to say that with her 2022 planetary patterns, well, good luck with that, because I think she's going to find a way to hang on to her seat in those elections. And although I may not be fond of her overall policy views, at the moment she is a very, very effective enemy of my enemy, and therefore a friend of my view of the world, at least in what should be a healthy representative democracy, something that a lot of her Republican Congress colleagues seem to have forgotten, as they have succumbed to the diabolically corrupt ways of their former leader and his success in likewise hypnotizing and corrupting millions of voters into preferring fascism over democracy as a form of government. So basically, I say go get 'em, Liz. Whatever else you accomplish in your life and in your political career, the country will always thank you for this.